Let's talk about a word that makes no sense. Severalty. It's confusing because severalty sounds like several and you're like, oh, that's a lot, but it's not, because it's another real estate term that tries to freaking confuse you. But do not lose hope, because I'm going to break it down. It's really quite simple. The word severalty, think severed. Instead of thinking several, think severed. In severalty, severed, meaning by myself. So for example, let's say I had a husband and I was a couple, and then I severed the relationship. Now I'm by myself. I'm in severalty. And where this comes into play in the real estate exam world is forms of co-ownership. And here's what I mean by that. When you own a property, you can either own it in severalty by yourself or as a co-owner with one or more other people or entities. And when I say entities, like a company, you could own shares of a property with a company. So we have two different ways to own property: in severalty, which is by myself, or co-ownership. That's it. Think several is severed, severalty all by myself. Co-ownership, there are 3 types of co-ownership, and I break them down in other videos, but a real quick refresher on that is the 3 different ways that you can own as co-owners is tenants by the entireties, which is not recognized in every state, so check with your state, but tenants by the entireties is when a married couple owns the property together. They are treated as if they're one person. And so they have this indivisible 100% share. That is tenants by the entireties. The next one is joint tenants with right of survivorship. And that's when you have multiple co-owners and they all own equal shares and they have the right of survivorship. That means when A dies, A's shares automatically disperse to the other 2 owners. Then when B dies, B shares disperse to C, and C becomes the owner in what? In severalty. The third one is tenants in common, and that's just where people are partners and they just own this property together, and they may or may not have equal shares. They don't have to. And when they die, their shares pass to their heirs. So when you hear the word severalty on the test, I want you to think severed. I want you to imagine, even every time you say the word severalty, I want you to go like this and imagine that you're just cutting away from something or someone else and you are by yourself in severalty. And that should do it. That should explain the word. And I know that you can pass the test. There are times when these words and this lingo is going to seem confusing, like a whole other language, because it kind of is. But I know you can do this, because if I can do it, you can do it. If you need more help, grab my study pack. It's structured with flashcards, practice exams, and videos, and all the things that you need to pass the exam. I know you can do it. I'll see you on the next video.